It's WMCX 88.9 FM in West Long Branch, New Jersey.
It's Tuesday.
And that means...
It's time for...
A clue!
TuesClues.
TuesClues, your home for pop culture, conspiracy theories, and a whole lot of fun.
Right here on WMCX 88.9 FM.
Hey everyone, it's Tuesday, so welcome back to another episode of TuesClues. I'm Erin Mulligan.
And I'm Lauren Ondrush.
We are back from a hiatus.
Yeah, we just got back from spring break, us Monmouth students.
Yes.
We're having a great time here in the studio, here at WMCX 88.9.
Lauren, how was your break?
It was pretty good. It was very relaxing, which I loved. That is all that I needed. So yeah, how was yours?
It was good. I don't know why, but the word I think of is rejuvenating. I was just like, it felt longer than it actually was.
Right.
But like thinking back now, I wish it was still happening. But
Yeah, oh my gosh. I told someone this morning, I was like, I wish it was longer. Yeah. Like, I needed more time, but you know, it's fine. We're back here in the studio, ready for some TuesClues.
Yep.
So exciting.
I think we should mention our final project a little bit because we have, 6 weeks left?
Yeah.
Of school. So we're working on a final project for our Creating Good Radio class, which this show is for. And we're doing like a space theme show.
Yeah, so it's called The 10th Planet, and it's basically, not to give a lot of spoilers, but it's basically, these characters find a 10th planet, and it's this big sci-fi mystery, and it is going to be airing soon here on WMCX, so be sure to look out for it. It's going to be great.
Trinity has to do an alien voice.
Yeah, our board op over there, Trinity. She's got to do some voice filters over there.
I know, imagine. Oh my gosh. She's waving to the live stream. So yeah, I mean, we have some exciting features here today. This is our third round of features. And our first one will be from Trinity, our board op, about Netflix, good shows on Netflix. I guess we could talk about it. She's going to be talking about The Circle. Have you watched it?
I have not seen it, but the way that Trinity describes it in her feature, it sounds very good, and I'm very excited to hear about it.
I know, me too. So it's about catfishing, I think. So
yeah.
Why don't we go and take a listen to it? You're going to be listening to Netflix Hidden Gems by Trinity here on TuesClues.
Welcome to Netflix Hidden Gems. I'm Trinity Harris, giving you the best show and movie recommendations that you probably don't know about but should know about. This week, we will be discussing a show called The Circle on Netflix. It is a reality show/game show that is centered completely around social media. Each player can choose to go into the circle as themselves or be a catfish. Each player communicates with each other by sending messages back and forth and participating in challenges given by the circle. The catch is, each player never meets face-to-face until the end of the show. The object of the game is to convince the others in the circle that you are genuine, as this increases your chances of staying in the game and winning a cash prize of $100,000.
Welcome to The Circle.
What's up, Circle?
A new social experiment where players don't meet face-to-face.
What?
They only communicate through the circle.
Circle. Circle? Take me to my profile. Oh, man. This is better than Christmas.
But what happens next
My game plan is just to be myself.
must be seen to be believed.
The show was first released on January 1st, 2020, and currently is 3 seasons out so far. So if you're looking for a new binge-worthy show, then this one is for you. The show maintains a fast-paced energy that keeps the audience engaged. It is always fun to watch the players try and figure out who in the circle is genuine and who is a catfish. It's also exciting watching the catfish in the game fool the other players. All in all, the show is lighthearted and fun, but has some serious moments as the audience gets to know the players more and understand why they need the prize money and what they plan to do with it. Be sure to tune in next time to find more gems. I'm Trinity Harris for Netflix Hidden Gems, only on TuesClues.
I got an idea. Let's listen to more TuesClues. Up now.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive is when yet. It's your primitive is when yet.
Welcome back to Is It Worth It? I'm Jake Keefe, and I'm going to go over some things that are very hyped up, and I'll tell you if it's worth it or not. Today I want to talk about some products that have become really popular in the last few years. Some of these things didn't exist a while back, and now they are mainstream in most homes. The first one I want to go over is the air fryer. This kitchen appliance first came out about 10 years ago, but its popularity has surged in the last 2 years, most likely due to COVID time.
Washing hands.
With most people staying home and cooking, this user-friendly appliance is a rapid, hot air technology to cook food faster. They are all about convenience and efficiency, and you get a crispy, tender piece of food.
Yummy.
With no oil, air frying can reduce calories by up to 75%. You can make just about anything in them. Fries, chicken wings, cookies, kale chips, salmon. They're all different kinds of air fryers, some being better than others. I gotta say, I'm definitely into it. Totally worth it. The next product that is pretty popular in most households are massage guns. Most of these handheld devices look like power drills, and some are wireless and come with interchangeable attachments. They are really good for muscle recovery, reducing tension, decreasing soreness, and increasing blood flow. It targets specific areas of the body. There are many different brands, and they are definitely not cheap. My take on it?
Overrated as
not worth it. Next up, we have at-home teeth whitening kits. Personally, I've heard a lot of hype surrounding Snow teeth whitening system, so I decided to check it out. This product definitely deserves the hype. I've used several teeth whitening kits, and Snow's was definitely the best. All you have to do is dry your teeth, apply the gel, and place the LED light in your mouth and leave it in for at least 20 to 30 minutes. I guarantee your smile will be whiter and you will be feeling much more confident the next day. The hype surrounding this product is definitely worth it.
I love it!
My time's up. I'm Jake Keefe on TuesClues on WMCX.
We are back on TuesClues on WMCX 88.9. We just listened to Jake's feature. He mentioned air fryers, massage guns, and teeth whitening kits. Lauren, I want to ask you if you have any experience using any of these things, because I can talk about all three of those.
So I am actually a huge fan of air fryers. I completely agree with Jake that they are definitely worth it. I don't know, how great they are in terms of health, but they at least feel a lot healthier, like when I put something in the air fryer. So for me, I love air fryers. Teeth whitening, I have never tried. So I cannot really give an opinion, but I would definitely be down to try them. And then massage guns, funny story actually, on TikTok, I saw someone playing Mario Party, and they were playing one of the games where you had to like click a button a bunch of times. So to like win the game and get a lot of points, they used a massage gun to like press the button. So I thought that was funny.
So it's used for things other than muscles.
It seems like it, yeah. So I haven't really used it for muscles, nor do I have one. But if you want to use it to win Mario Party, I think it's a good idea.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah. What do you think?
So for air fryers, I love them. I tried this new recipe of making like buffalo breaded avocados.
Ooh.
It didn't work, but for other people it has worked. And so I tried it in there, and then I don't know, I just like feel like my family puts a lot of things in it. We recently got it, I mean like within the past couple months, and it's just so easy because it's quick. It's not like you have to put stuff in the oven, and if you want it like crispy, you don't go to a microwave for that. Exactly. And I don't know, like I think it definitely sells better because you can put healthy things inside it and then make it taste better. But other than that, the massage gun, my dad has one, so I use his, and I love it. Like I love it.
Do you?
I don't know why. I have restless leg syndrome, so I use it on my legs a lot. Like that happens to me when I get overtired, so that works. And then I don't know, I just enjoy it. But as for teeth whitening kits, I've tried a couple and they just don't work. I won't name the brands, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try the one Jake said. It sounds interesting with the LED light.
Yeah, I mean, he said it's worth it, so
true.
I think it's a good idea.
So maybe I'll try that out. But yeah, so next we have a feature by Stephanie, and she's talking about conspiracy theories again this week, pertaining to birds. Do you have any comments, Lauren?
I know a lot of people that like don't like birds, but you know, I don't mind them.
Yeah.
I think they're cool. They're cool to look up and just see flying in the air.
Right.
It amazes me how birds fly, but that's a whole other topic we can talk about.
All right, let's take a listen to it. Here's Stephanie's feature this week on TuesClues.
For those wanting a closer look on conspiracy, unsolved mysteries, urban legends, and the unknown, this is Conspiracy Corner with Stephanie Doneri. It's a bird. Wait. Is it really a bird? The Birds Aren't Real conspiracy was developed by Peter McIndoe, who was 23 years old at the start of the project. This conspiracy gained traction after McIndoe and other supporters emerged with anti-bird banners at the 2017 Women's March at the University of Arkansas. It was there where McIndoe tore off a poster from the wall and wrote the words, "Birds aren't real." Peter McIndoe maintained in character as a leader of this devout believer group until a December 2021 interview in the New York Times. In media interviews, he claims that birds aren't real and are just surveillance drones built by the United States government. Believers claim that these bird drones are used by the government as a way to spy on American citizens. This conspiracy further claims their point by saying that birds sit on power lines in order to recharge themselves, and that bird waste falls on cars as a method of tracking people. Along with this, the Birds Aren't Real conspiracy team organized real-life protests, have purchased real-life billboards, and even had their messages printed on vans. The members have formed a sense of community. This is where the so-called conspiracy turned into a movement. Those following the Birds Aren't Real movement actually know that birds are real. In an interview, Peter McIndoe said that the movement is about holding up a mirror to America in the internet age. The former conspiracy was announced to be a parody, a social movement that makes fun of misinformation by bringing light to the absurdity of past conspiracy theories in the United States. In particular, the misinformation that Gen Z is constantly exposed to. Their satirical protests include eliminating Twitter's bird logo. They have protested alongside QAnon rallies and White Lives Matter rallies as a way to point out the absurdity in other movements and spark political change. The Birds Aren't Real movement went from being a short-lived conspiracy to parody social movement with a purpose. It truly makes me wonder what other conspiracies might develop into a movement too. I'm Stephanie Doneri for TuesClues.
You're listening to TuesClues on WMCX 88.9 FM. Welcome back to What's All the Buzz, where we'll be investigating all the buzz around today's trends. I'm Perry Merce for TuesClues. Alright, we're switching topics and moving away from all this about cryptocurrency and technology and coming back down to earth. Specifically, I'll be talking about climate change. This is especially relevant as oil prices surge, while car manufacturers race to make new electric vehicles, and the Supreme Court even questions the powers of the EPA regarding the Clean Air Act. While talking about climate change and its solutions is exciting, we get carried away in the reactionary language that comes with it, using phrases like fight climate change and combat climate change. We should instead say address climate change, take action against climate change, or respond to climate change. This isn't a war. What's the need to be so aggressive? It's not like the atmosphere is going to fight back. Another issue with climate change language is those pesky deniers or skeptics who reduce an entire worldwide crisis to a matter of belief. Some even go so far as to invoke conspiracy, and that climate scientists are really communists in disguise who are working to expand the government's power. They even insist that the world is cooling. Climate change is here, and any so-called evidence against it is flawed and backed by billions of dollars from the fossil fuel industry. Our old friend Paul Krugman even goes so far as to call the Republican Party the world's only major climate denialist party. Speaking of the Republican Party, a favorite strategy used by climate deniers is using the current weather to debunk climate change. This belief led Senator James Inhofe to bring a snowball onto the Senate floor as evidence that climate change is a hoax. Firstly, weather is what is happening right now, while climate is in the long term. When it's cold outside, that isn't evidence that the entire atmosphere is in a period of cooling. So no, the fact that I can roll a snowball is not evidence that climate change is fake. But good job for trying, Senator. Here's a political point for effort. This has been Perry Merce for TuesClues.
Hey everyone, we are back and you're listening to TuesClues here on WMCX. And we just listened to Climate Change in Denial by Perry. And then before that we had Conspiracy Corner by Stephanie. Lauren and I don't know a ton about climate change. Did you have any thoughts about Perry's feature?
Just like you said, I do not know that much about climate change, but I completely agree with him that we should not so much kind of struggle through climate change, but we should address it. I like how he worded that. It's not something that like we should fight through. We should more like address it, I guess. Mm-hmm. But then also something crazy involving climate change is the gas prices soaring. That stinks. I am sick of that. It is no fun.
I got really excited the other day because the gas station by my house was down to $4.05 as opposed to, I don't know what it was at, $4.30 maybe. And so like my parents were like, all right, everybody get in the car and we're all going to go. So we all got gas.
I know, it's so crazy. I think it went down a little bit recently.
Yeah,
which is
it did.
Such a good thing.
It's good.
But with like the good weather coming up in spring, like I want to go to the beach. Yeah. And it's like I live not the closest to here. I live a good 20-30 minutes from the beach from my house. So it's like I need gas and I want these gas prices to go down.
One of my neighbors bought a moped so that he could drive that to work instead of his pickup truck because it was so much gas.
You know, that's just what you have to do though.
I hit my pen. But yeah. Did you want to talk about the birds? You were telling me about something about COVID, how there was theories surrounding birds.
So just like Stephanie said, a lot of people believe that like birds are fake and they're just like used to spy on people. Personally, I don't really agree with that. But when COVID had first been happening, I saw this theory going around, I guess on Twitter, ironically, where the logo's a bird. I saw this theory where COVID was just this like fake thing, another conspiracy, just to change the batteries in the birds.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I have. And it's like weird. And it would be in a movie. Like that's what I think of.
Yeah, that's a good plot line for a movie. Which is so funny.
Yeah. So people should get excited because our features are coming up next. So first we have Lauren's. And Lauren, did you want to say anything quick about it?
So basically, mine's just the Mandela dilemma. I talk a little bit about some popular Mandela effects that go on.
Awesome.
What's yours about?
Mine's about old films, classic films, and today I'm talking about Gone with the Wind. So let's take a listen to both of them. First up, we have Lauren. So here's her feature on TuesClues.
You've reached Thirsty Thursdays. Can't come to the phone right now. Call back after the happy hour.
Pull up a seat and grab a drink. Thirsty Thursdays is the only show where you can get updates on sports, pop culture, and more. If you want it, it's on the Thirsty Thursdays menu. Airing every other Thursday at 2 p.m., come stop by and listen to your new on-air drinking buddies. Stay a while and make some new friends with Thirsty Thursdays.
I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
My mistake. We are back on TuesClues. We're going to be talking for a little bit more now before you listen to our fabulous features. Lauren, do you want to fill us in a little bit more about your feature for this week?
So quickly before we do that, that was Thirsty Thursdays promo, which they have another show here on WMCX on Thursdays, every other Thursday. They're not so much our rivals, but they're like our colleagues, and they're another group. So you guys should check them out next Thursday. They have some awesome features to talk about as well.
Yeah. Right off the top of my head, I like Nicole's because she focuses on, I guess, eateries, bars around the Monmouth area. So it's good to know.
Right.
Good food.
And then there's like a celebrity smackdown. There's like some movie reviews. There's some awesome stuff on there. Kind of opposite from us, but you know, opposite's good. Change is good.
It's good. It's a good variety.
But so for mine, the Mandela dilemma, I don't want to give too much away, but for this segment, I talk about Alice in Wonderland and something that the Cheshire Cat says to Alice. Something about being mad, but, you know, we'll get into that. And then what do I also speak about? I can't even remember.
I'm going to be honest. When we listened to your feature in class, I really loved it, but I hate Alice in Wonderland.
You do?
I've hated it since I was little.
Oh my gosh, I love Alice in Wonderland.
It terrified me. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, I completely understand though, because I guess I just like the colors in the movie or something.
Yeah.
But it's a weird concept.
Honestly, maybe I should rewatch it because it just scared me when she fell down the hole when I was little. So I was like, where is she? How did she get home? Yeah.
But then it's like, I also talk about The Wizard of Oz. So it's basically, I guess the theme is like dreams. Because not to spoil anything if you guys have never seen it, but both of these characters, their storylines are all dreams.
Yeah, so that's true.
Tell us about your segment.
So I guess to perfectly segue from The Wizard of Oz to another classic film, every week I've been talking about different classic old Hollywood films and fun facts about them. Because honestly, you look at these movies and you see the glamour of it all, but you don't really know maybe fun facts, maybe silly things that went on behind the scenes. So I talk about Gone with the Wind this week. And I mean, there was a fire on set and it was planned. People did not agree with the casting of Vivien Leigh as Scarlett O'Hara. So I talk a little bit about those things and then some other fun stuff. So
interesting.
I
can't wait.
So why don't we take a listen to the Mandela Dilemma by Lauren here on TuesClues.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the third edition of the Mandela Dilemma, the show where I, Lauren Ondrush, discuss all things Mandela effects. Just like last time, I give you a scenario and you need to recall how you originally remember it. Then there will be a countdown and we'll discuss. As a twist in this episode, there's going to be a secret Mandela effect at some point throughout. Here's a clue: Toto. Let's see if you can find it. There's no doubt that we've all either seen or heard of the movie The Wizard of Oz.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
In the film, what is the iconic line that the Wicked Witch says to her monkeys when sending them off? My guess is that you said something along the lines of "Fly, my pretties, fly." And unfortunately, if you did, that is incorrect. She actually just tells them to fly.
Take special care of those ruby zippers. I want those most of all. Now fly! Fly!
One of my all-time favorite movies is Alice in Wonderland.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Alice in Wonderland is known for this famous line said by the Cheshire Cat. What is the line? We're all mad here? I guess we should be, because that's not the line he says in the film. Let's play the clip.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. Most everyone's mad here.
Wait a second. There was that Mandela effect that was hidden throughout the episode. Did you catch it? Here it is.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
The Mandela effect here is that most people think Dorothy says Toto. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. But she actually says, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Thank you all so much for listening to this week's edition of the Mandela Dilemma. I'm Lauren Ondrush for TuesClues.
What are you doing?
We're listening to TuesClues on WMCX.
Good idea, Blue. And then we can go look for more Blue's Clues.
We're back at it again with Did You Know? I'm Erin Mulligan, and today I'm talking about a movie that has one of the most famous and iconic lines in it. A movie that some people's favorite movie line is from.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
That's right, it's Gone with the Wind, so let's dive right into some facts about the iconic film. The movie, which was released in 1939, was directed by Victor Fleming and starred big old Hollywood names Vivien Leigh and Clark Gable. Almost everyone knows the famous line from the film, but did you know that the film was actually adapted from the 1936 novel by Margaret Mitchell? During one of the first scenes to be filmed, the burning of Atlanta scene, there was a real fire. The fire was made on purpose because the director wanted it to look as real as possible, so they burned a few sets on the MGM lot, including one from King Kong. Residents nearby thought it was a real neighborhood fire, so they called 911 for fire trucks to respond to the scene. Did you know that Vivien Leigh was casted as Scarlett O'Hara very late into production after a few scenes had already been filmed? Not to mention, fans of the novel were very unhappy with the casting because they didn't like the fact that Lee was British and O'Hara was from Georgia. Originally, George Cukor was the director of the film. He didn't just step down from his role, but did you know that he was actually fired? The rumor is that since this was the 1930s, 40s, Cukor was fired because of his sexuality, which caused arguments behind the scenes. This is when Victor Fleming came in, but not so smoothly. Fleming had experienced a nervous breakdown, which he was given time off for. It could have been due to the method they chose to use while rewriting the script, which was to lock producer David O. Selznick, a script doctor, and himself in a room for a week until the script was complete. Selznick wouldn't let anyone eat anything but bananas and peanuts. Let's talk about Hattie McDaniel, who played Mammy. Mammy is a house slave who was originally owned by Scarlett's grandmother. Mammy raised Scarlett's mother, Ellen, and is known as the head woman of the plantation. For her performance, McDaniel won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, which made her the first ever African American to win an Oscar. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Did You Know? I'm Erin Mulligan for TuesClues. Hello everybody, we are back again here on TuesClues on WMCX. We just listened to Lauren and my features. The Mandela effect, it really messes with my head.
I know. That's why I chose to do a segment about them, because I just find them so interesting.
There's like, I don't know if you seem like an expert on it, but do you know the one about the pizza rolls, Totino's pizza rolls?
No.
I think a lot of people call them Tostinos, and it's Totino's.
Is it?
Oh
my gosh.
I always said it with an S.
Revelation live on the air for me. I did not know that. I've never even seen that.
I know. Do you have a favorite?
A favorite? I know the Berenstein Bears was a really popular one, and that one really blew my mind. When I think of like a Mandela effect, that's the one where I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I did not know that. There's just like so many out there, and that's why I chose to do Mandela Dilemma, because there's so many that I could talk about.
Oh, you know what? I just saw the one with Sally Field when she's accepting her, award. I don't know what she got, an Oscar or something, and she's like, they like me, they really like me, and all she actually says is they really like me or something. Like, everybody repeats it, but the original is just once.
That's kind of like the one with like Queen and We Are the Champions. They say like one? We are the champions, and then at the end of the song they go like of the world, but they actually never say of the world.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's so many out there. They're never ending.
Oh my gosh.
But I loved your segment. I especially loved the part like with the fire. Like, I never knew that. That's so crazy.
Like, who would think to create a real fire?
Exactly.
Like, I get it. But I don't know.
Maybe purposes.
And also maybe like tell the people who live in the area
exactly
that it's fake.
Like,
it's
that
fake.
would be
It's
a good idea.
Set. Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Love it.
So next up we have Vivica talking about her feature called Huh. And she went around campus asking people about different math questions and I think spelling as well. When we listened to it, I was like, I don't know if I would have gotten some of the answers.
Yeah.
I think I would have, just because my mom made me rigorously go over my times tables when I was in elementary school. But I kind of sympathized with the people who were struggling.
Right, and it's like you're on the spot. Like, you can't think that quick.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Vivica
Family
gets
Feud.
you going.
No, she does. She's great. Like, she's got the best personality. All right, so let's take a listen to it. Here is Vivica's feature, Huh, here on TuesClues.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to
Huh?
I'm your host, Vivica Rojas, and this is my segment where I ask what-if questions that make you think. Can you guess what today's topic is? Here's a clue. Based on research, U.S. students place behind 31 other countries in math proficiency and behind 16 other countries in reading. So I went around Monmouth University to put our students to the test to see how well they can answer these easy math and reading questions. Question 1. What is 6 times 8?
6 times 6 is 36, so I'm gonna guess like
54.
Don't ask me that. 54?
48.
Wow, I do not know this. 40.
2 hours later.
48.
48. Question 2. Spell embarrass.
Embarrass?
Embarrass.
Okay. EMBARASSED.
It's 2 R's, isn't it? Oh my goodness, that is so embarrassing. I have no idea. There's 1 R.
No.
1 S.
No.
EM.
B. A. R. A. S. S.
EMBARRASSED.
Oh, damn. I feel like I'm gonna spell it the same way.
I don't know.
The final question. What poet said, to be or not to be?
Oh, I don't know poetry.
Robert Frost. Make a guess.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Romeo, Hamlet. Isn't that Shakespeare?
Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare.
And Hamlet.
College education at its finest. I'm Vivica Rojas for on TuesClues.
Hey everybody, we are back again here on TuesClues on WMCX. I very much enjoy Vivica's features.
Yes, she is so engaging.
They make you think a lot.
Yeah, and these were like super simple questions.
Yeah.
And yet I'm sitting here like, literally, like going, huh? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But words like embarrassed, was it embarrassed, she said? And I struggle with beautiful for some reason, and definitely. Like, I always misspell them.
Yes, I literally wrote down the word definitely. Misspelled, of course, because I don't know why. So I wrote down definitely, embarrassed, like she said. I realized that I can't spell that, and the word necessary. I can't spell those words, and I don't know why.
Maybe it's because there's so many similar sounding words.
Yeah.
Or letter pairs. I don't know.
Right, like in embarrass and necessary, there's like 2 S's in places.
Yeah.
But it's like the C and the S in necessary.
I
Like,
know.
how do you distinguish it?
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
But the Shakespeare one too, I was like, who doesn't know that? But maybe that's me being really rude.
See, like, I think I would have said Shakespeare, but it's like, it would have been a guess at the same time.
I know.
Because, like, I don't really know any other poets. So
Yeah,
I probably
exactly.
just would have said Shakespeare.
I know. My high school, for whatever reason, made us read so much Shakespeare.
Really?
So maybe it was just ingrained into the back of my head.
Most likely.
Yeah.
And then the multiplication tables, I feel like I know every other, like, multiplication table besides, like, the one that people ask me. Like, 8 times 6, I was sitting here like, what?
I
What
know.
is the answer?
Exactly.
I still don't know, like, my 12 times tables.
12 is difficult. I like 10, and I
Yes.
like 5.
We love 10.
And 2. But 0 was the best. When I found out about, like, anything times 0 is 0, I felt like so
I fell
smart.
in love with the number 0.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so great.
But I just never want to go back to that.
Oh
I
my
hated getting
gosh,
tested
I don't
every
either.
week for
Yes.
the different times tables. It was like a different one every week, and I finally, I don't know, nailed one. And I got an A, and my teacher stood in front of me waiting to see my reaction because she was so happy for me.
Aw.
Like, thanks.
You remember those like big like sheets of multiplication
Yes.
tables? They give you 5 minutes to do as many
Yes.
as you can. Trinity's like frowning over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
But we do want to remind everybody we have an Instagram. It's at TuesClues WMCX, and we have a live stream going. So every other Tuesday, in 2 weeks will be our final show. And you can tune in to that. And so we just thank everyone for tuning in today on the live stream and both listening on the radio. You have been listening to TuesClues, a production of the CO242 Creating Good Radio class, a division of the Monmouth University Department of Communication.
This week's program has been produced by Stephanie Donneray, Trinity Harris, Jake Keefe, Perry Merce, and Vivica Rojas. The executive producer is Eric Reicher.
Tune in for the final episode of TuesClues on April 5th. Tune in next Thursday at 2 o'clock for Thirsty Thursday, another CGR production. For TuesClues, I'm Erin Mulligan.
And I'm Lauren Ondrush. Thanks, guys.